Good morning, students. Today we will discuss Maria Sharapova. See page number 104. There is something disarming, innocent about Maria Sharapova. Something at odds with her ready smile and glamorous attire. At odds, strange, glamorous, full of glamour, attire, dress. She was ready in her ready smile and glamorous attire, and that something in her lifted her on Monday 22nd August 2005 to the world number 1 position in women's tennis. On that day, on Monday 22nd August, she got one position in women's tennis. All this happened in almost no time. Poised beyond her, placed beyond her years, the Siberian-born teenager took just 4 years as a professional to reach the pinnacle top, and she got that position only in 4 years. That is a very short time. However, the rapid ascent in a fiercely competitive world began 9 years before with the level of sacrifice few children would be prepared to endure. Rapid, very fast ascent, climb up in fiercely competitive, fiercely great. There is a great competition in the world. Began 9 years before with the level of sacrifice few children would be prepared to endure, bear. Little Maria has not yet celebrated her 10th birthday. अभी तक उसने 10th birthday she did not celebrate it when she was packed off to train in the United States. It means she was less than 10 years and she was packed off the train in the United States. That trip to Florida with her father Yuri launched her on the path to success and stardom, status of a star. She went with her father to Florida, but it also required a heart-wrenching, pulling, twisting, heart-wrenching 2-year separation from her mother Yelena, and she has to live there for 2 years, and that was the separation from her mother. The latter was compelled to stay back in Siberia because of visa restrictions. She didn't go there because of the visa. The 9-year-old girl had already learned an important lesson in life, that tennis excellence would only come as a prize. I used to be so lonely, Maria Sharapova recalls. I missed my mother terribly. My father was working as much as he could to keep my tennis training going, so he couldn't see me either. I used to be so lonely. I missed my mother. At that time, she missed her mother very much, and her father was working with her. He could to keep her tennis training going, so he couldn't see me either. Because I was so young, I used to go to bed at 8 p.m. At 8 p.m. she went on the bed. The other tennis pupils would come in at 11 p.m. and wake me up and order me to tidy up the room and clean it. Instead of letting that depress me, I became more quietly determined and mentally tough. In this way, she became tough. I learned how to take care of myself. I never thought of quitting because I knew what I wanted. She never thought that she would quit because she wanted the top position. When you come from nothing, you have nothing, then it makes you very hungry and determined. I would have put up much more humiliation, insult, and that too steadfast with determination, pursue my dream. In the beginning, she was unable to do anything at that time. She bear humiliation and insult, but she continued to pursue her dream. That toughness runs through Maria even today. It was the key to her bagging the women's single crown at Wimbledon in 2004, to her meteoric meteoric, very high position. That toughness runs through Maria even today. It was the key to her bagging the women's single crown at Wimbledon in 2004. In 2004, she won the women's single crown, and to her meteoric rise to the world number one sport the following year, it means in 2005, her meteoric very top position she found. While her journey from the frozen plains of Siberia to the summit of women's tennis has touched the heart of tennis fans, for the youngster herself there appears to be no room for sentiment. Room here it means no space. The straight looks and the answers she gives when asked about her ambition make it amply clear that she considers the sacrifice were worth it. I am very, very competitive. I work hard at what I do. It's my job. This is her mantra for success. She works hard. She had very competitive feeling, and she said it's her job. Though Maria Sharapova speaks with a pronounced American accent, she proudly parades her Russian nationality, clearing all doubt. She says, I am Russian. It's true that the US is a big part of my life. Although she was Russian, but she also said that US plays a big part in her life. But I have Russian citizenship. My blood is totally Russian. I will play the Olympics for Russia if they want me. Like any number of teenage sensations, Maria Sharapova lists fashion, singing and dancing as per hobbies. She loves reading the novels of Arthur Conan Doyle. Her fondness like for sophisticated evening gowns appears shadowed with her love of pancakes with chocolate spread, the Fiji orange drink. She loves singing, dancing. These are her hobbies. She also loves novels of Arthur Conan Doyle, and she also likes evening gowns, pancakes, chocolates, Fiji, orange drink, etc. Maria Sharapova cannot be pigeonholed or categorized. Her talent, unwavering desire to succeed, and readiness to sacrifice have lifted her to the top of the world. Pigeonhole means put in small holes or categorized. Her talent, unwavering desire to succeed. She wanted to succeed and ready to sacrifice anything so that she could get the topmost position. Few would grudge her. Grudge means envy. Some people also envy her riches she is now reaping. This is what she has to say about her monetary gains from tennis. Of course, money is a motivation. Tennis is a business and a sport, but the most important is to become number one in the world. That is the dream that kept me going. So students, you have seen that she was determined and to work hard. In this way, she got the first position. Thank you.